This problem is in chapter 9.6, and there's a number of word problems where a rocket is shot from a certain elevation or launched. So in this project, a rocket is launched from an elevation of 112 feet above the ground. The height of the rocket at any time t is given by the following image down here, which is going to be ht is equal to a negative 16t squared plus 96t plus 112 feet. Okay. And then the picture is reflected at the bottom here, where we have the projectile is going from 112 feet up to a maximum height, which we're going to find, and then it's going to hit the ground at 0 at some point t here. And so the questions are, one is to find the maximum height of a rocket at time t, and B is find the time the rocket hits the ground. So in part A, find the maximum height, we look at the vertex of the parabola, right? The vertex is where we're going to find the maximum height. And you will recall from a previous section in the book that a vertex at the parabola is when t is equal to minus b over 2a in the quadratic form, which is ax squared plus bx plus c. So we do put that in. We see that b is 96 and a is a negative 16, so we put that in to the formula, and we see we get 3 seconds. Now we plug the 3 seconds back into the original equation, and we get h of 3 seconds, is equal to a minus 16, 3 squared, plus 9d6 times 3, plus 112, or 112 feet. And we get a final feet of 256 feet. So that's the maximum height the rocket gets to. Now we want to find the time the rocket hits the ground. And that's when the height is at 0. So we set the equation equal to 0, and we get 0 is equal to a negative 16t squared plus 96t plus 112 feet. And now we see we can divide both sides of the equation by, guess what? Negative 16. This is a lucky chance on our part. Normally this wouldn't necessarily happen, and we would have to use the quadratic formula. But in this case, I see that I can take out a negative 16 from all of the terms. And when I do that, I'm left with t squared minus 6t minus 7. And I can factor that into t minus 7 times t plus 7. So I notice that when I set each of the factors equal to 0, I see the only one that works is when I set this equal to 0, and I see t is a positive number because t can't be negative. So t is 7 seconds, and that's my answer.